Hi and welcome to Jokkmokk. I'm Stina and today we're gonna figure out if the Osprey Aura AG 65 backpack is the backpack for you. I've had it for several years and today I'm gonna share my experience with it and also tell you some things that is good to know when choosing a backpack. And make sure to stay until the end of the video when I will tell you my absolute favorite features with this backpack and also a few things I don't think is so good. So I'm Stina and I live here in the north of Swedish Lapland together with my partner Matti, and we run an outdoor company. In summer we do hiking tours and we also do paddle tours with canoes and pack rafts, and in winter time we do dog sled tours with our 50 huskies. So make sure to subscribe to our channel to take part of our life and adventures. Okay, so let's go into this backpack, the Osprey Aura AG 65. It's a jungle of different backpacks out there, and I think Osprey might be one of the most popular brands that you can find. And I have had this model for several years, and the reason I bought it was because I got to try it on a week-long hiking trip one time when a woman got really tired and I have to go back and carry her backpack for her. And there and then I knew how a backpack should really feel. The Aura is one of several models that Osprey has, specially made for women. And for me it's a mystery that not more brands make specially made backpacks for women, because we are pretty different built than men, right? So let's start with talking about comfort and fit. This backpack fits me like a glove, and right fitted and adjusted it will move with you and it will never feel loose or floppy. To make it fit you can adjust the shoulder straps up and down, and you can also adjust the hip belt a bit more than you can on usual backpacks. When you buy it you choose between two different sizes, and they call them extra small and small or medium and large. Some dealers just call them small and medium. You choose the size depending on the length of your torso, and if you go to store they will help you to measure and get the right size for you. But if you buy it online you find a sizing chart on Osprey's homepage, and that they will also tell you how to measure your torso correct. There is a mesh net on the back of this backpack, and it makes the pack follow your back really smooth and nice. There is also a distance between the netting and the pack, so you will get an airflow between you and the pack, and you won't get so sweaty on your back as you get on usual backpacks. Another great thing with the net is that you won't have objects from inside the pack that pokes you in your back when you're hiking, if you haven't packed your bag really poorly, of course. The hip belt and shoulder straps are well padded on this backpack, and it helps me from getting chafes and bruises. I think I'm not the only one, but we have many women who have quite pointy hip bones, and me myself always have had big problems with my former backpacks, that I got a really sore area here and bruises on my hips, especially when hiking during several days. This backpack has the mesh net also in the hip belt, and as you can see it becomes like a hole in there and becomes like a hip socket between the hip bone and the tightened strap hip belt. This makes a big difference for me. I also had the same problems with my collarbones, but the well padded shoulder straps and the sternum strap that you can move up and down makes a big difference for that also. Some people focus on the weight of the backpack when they're going to buy a new one, but please don't do that. Instead focus on how well the backpack carries the weight of your pack. It can be very tempting to buy a lightweight backpack, but the lightweight backpacks have very poor frame and carrying system, so it will feel very uncomfortable to carry more than 8 to 10 kilos. So over to details and features. The top lid has 2 pockets, 2 big pockets I would say. One is bigger than the other one, and the big one is super spacious. You room a lot of stuff in there. And the small one, inside there you will find a rain cover that's included when you buy the backpack. But still, if you have the rain cover there, you also can get in more of your own stuff. The top lid is removable, and if you remove it, don't want to have it, you under there find a second lid. So if you want to lose some weight, take off the top lid and use this instead. Inside the bag you have 2 compartments. One big that you access from the top of your bag, and one bottom compartment that you can access from the outside with zippers. The bottom one is has a divider, but you can snap it loose if you don't want to use it. Inside, you closest to your back, you also find a sleeve. This sleeve is made for water bladders, and there is a hole coming out in the middle behind your neck. I don't use a water bladder, so instead I have my maps or notebooks here. The big compartment also comes with a compression strap. You have a lot of pockets on this backpack, and one of them is this big mesh pocket here on the back. It's really roomy and you can get a lot of stuff in here. I usually carry my rain clothes here. There's also 2 side pockets with zippers, one from each side, and they are also very spacious, so it's good to have like easy accessible stuff in there. You also have 2 hip belt pockets, one on each side. In here you can put your phone, or like me, I usually have my mosquito spray here, or some snacks if you want. I was a bit skeptical to them in the beginning, but now I love them. It's so nice to have small things easy accessible here. Then you also have 2 side pockets in mesh here. On most bags there's only one hole from the top, so if you have, for example, your water bottle there, it's like this, and when you have it on your back it's quite hard to get grab of the water bottle, so you have to ask a friend to take it for you. But this backpack also have a hole here on the side, so then it makes your thing like that, and then it's much more easy to grab by yourself. But if you have small things, or also with my water bottle, I think it's important to attach it to something with a carabiner or so you don't lose it, because especially with small things they tend to fall out of these pockets. So it's both a pro and con with the 2 holes. On the bag there's also a lot of straps and loops, and you have, for example, here you have special loops for your hiking poles. So when you don't want to use them, you can attach them to your bag and then they come out under your arm. I don't really like to have the pole sticking up here, so I usually attach them in a different way, like this. In the bottom you have 2 straps. These you can take away if you don't want to have them. These are really good to have if to attach your tent, or like me, I carry extra sleeping mat here, and the sleeping mat I also use. It's very easy accessible when taking breaks to have to sit on, like I have now. All over the backpack you also have different loops and straps, and it's really good to, for example, attach your sandals or other things you don't need to have inside the pack. So over to the pros and cons with this backpack. My absolute favorite things is the comfort. You don't feel that you carry heavy loads with this backpack, and of course the hip belt. With my former backpacks I had so much problem with my hip bones and also with my collarbones. I had so much pain. I was really swollen and blue on under my hip belt. This backpack makes such a big difference on the hiking experience. I also like very much the big and many pockets. It's so nice that you can, for example, grab your rain clothes very quick without having to open the top of the bag and pull out things to grab them. Also, it's a very affordable and pretty cheap backpack, I would say. For the quality, you get a lot for the money. So over to the cons. One negative thing is that the rain cover included in this pack is way too small. When the backpack is fully loaded, it doesn't cover the sides of the pack. So I have stopped using it, and instead I have another one that is bigger that covers the whole bag. Another negative thing, and I heard many people complaining about it, I haven't had so much problem with it, but when you load it very high, the top lid sometimes can touch against the back of your head when you're hiking. And I guess it's because it's so tight fit on this bag, so it's a bit curved, so it follows your body. And then of course also the lid would come closer to your head instead of hanging back there. And a little bit of annoying thing with this pack is that it squeaks when you walk sometimes. It's like squeaking and sounds, and it can be quite annoying, but sometimes I just forget about it and don't care. But it can be pretty disturbing if you try to sneak up on somebody, for example. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this backpack. The pros definitely overweight the cons, and I recommend it to anyone looking for a backpack for up to week-long hiking tours or longer if you don't carry more than up to 18 kilos, which is the max capacity of this backpack. So this was all from me for today, and I hope you got some useful information in this video. And don't forget to give us a thumb up and subscribe to our channel if you want to follow our life adventures or get some more outdoor gear tips like today. Until next time, see you, bye!